Hi everyone. So I've been waiting for the perfect opportunity, and then I realised, you know me, I'm all about perfectly imperfect, to be able to speak out, because what I'd realised is that by listening to too many voices as after a bout of physical illness, which I'm creating a lovely vlog on to show my own evolution and what's been happening. But in the meantime, about those of us who feel voiceless, like I use video as a form of expression, and I felt absolutely stifled whether to do a video, do lives, what do I do? I was like, suddenly I'm here, no makeup, raw, unedited, because I just want to be back again, because what I'd been doing, to the point of like believing what people were saying, I think a lot of us, when we're recovering from anything physical, mental, we forget that recovery isn't just an upward trajectory. So you get given so much advice, so much opinions, and you just try and take it all on, and that's not me anymore. And I had a little blip of starting to take on board stuff people were saying, and then just getting to a point like, I don't know whether to show up or not, because I can't be perfect. So instead, here I am after Zumba class, hence the whistle, talking with no makeup on, and no proper script other than, I don't want you to lose your voice ever, and how you express yourself is your choice. Mine is through vlogs and talking to all of you. For some people it's artwork, for others it might be exercise, like me, sometimes it's movement. Perfectly imperfect is my motto, because literally I'd realised that I'd stopped even moving at all. That had been taken away. My power routine, I'd stopped with that. Lots of different aspects of my life where I had like some form of control over, I started to give it all away, because I started to listen to too many different people judging. And you know me, I'm passionate about just literally challenging myself every day, because the only people I judge are the judges. But I still challenge myself not to do that, because everyone has a story. But most of all, for ourselves, it's so important that we have a voice, no matter what your background, what your community, wherever you're from. Because at the weekend, I got to a point, and those who know me, who've been with me, like this has been a long 8-year journey, know that I've really been working on, from feeling really isolated to then empowering myself, loving myself, to then, because I was physically healing and unwell, to then starting to take on people's opinions again. But it's a short lapse, and as I've had now a power shake up by surrounding myself with the right people, I'll do a proper video tomorrow on finding my voice again. But now I've had the right people around me, start to incorporate a bit of a routine back, I realised that actually on perspective, it's not as slow a recovery as I thought. It's just I had a bad lapse of going backwards for a bit, but that's how we recover from things sometimes, I think. And I was starting to think, why am I taking on all this judgment to the point I'm not showing up? Because it's different when you feel like you have to show up, but when you want to speak out and talk and you feel like you can't, because you can't formulate the right words, you can't do this, you can't do that. Hey, have you seen my vlogs? I'm supposed to be a filmmaker here, and I'm like literally always raw and just chatting to you mainly, and then I do a lot of slick ones just to kind of prove that I can do actual video content. But again, because I was scared of even showing my face, and here I am, no makeup. I've also had an allergic reaction this week, so I've been looking like Elephant Woman. and I've got, I've got coconut oil on my face and some natural lip balm. And I just started to lose myself a bit, because I thought, granted, take a break from social media, that was my choice, just because I do find with my beautiful neurodiverse brain, too much clutter and social media can be too much. But it was to the point because I felt so embarrassed to show up as I was. And I fought against that to the point, thank you, hey everyone, nice to be back. To the point at the weekend, you know me, I was filming an event working, and it was this fabulous women's event on the history of women, and I turned up, was it this weekend? Oh, I'm losing track of time. I turned up, and the same when I've done my yoga course as well, online, and I've been in group situations. I've either turned my camera off, or I turned up in a black hoodie to this event, literally long baggy black hoodie, and there's nothing wrong with that because I love my hoodie and it's very comfy, with big glasses on, because for me, I just needed to hide myself. I felt, I don't know, I think maybe sometimes we go through journeys, and I feel honoured to be in a unique situation, like at that event where someone reminded me, a very powerful woman in my life, I find her powerful, and she reminded me, she's like, you're in a really fortunate position to be able to be speaking out, but you also experience a lot of the things of communities that don't often get heard. Do you know me? I get labelled because I'm a single mom, because I've had or have mental health problems, because I've got listed like disabilities physically, and because I'm from a poor area, because I'm passionate about social housing and estates, because I love them, and and because I don't speak a certain way, but she's like, but you're so privileged that you get to speak up for these, like, for different communities that might not normally. And I thought, my gosh, yeah, granted, whilst I've been in hospital, I couldn't always do that because Wi-Fi were rubbish, and a lot of the time I was so unwell that I was just like, I couldn't even type, which was killing me. Thank you. And Andrew saying, what about your strengths? And that is the thing, because I've had a real wake-up call yesterday, and it's given me the shake, ironically, that I needed, because I thought, you've got a choice to make now, Sophie. You show up and show that you have a voice, and it's for you and for those closest to you, because Sophie wears what she wants to wear because she wants to wear what she wears. And so at the weekend anyway, I went from hiding in this big black hoodie, because I started to just hide away, like literally not even wanting to leave the house, didn't want anyone to see my face. I just felt horrendous. This is before I had my allergic reaction as well, which is why I'm still puffed up. But I was just not me. But then I slowly felt like I'd been resuscitated, hearing these women's voices who'd been stifled in the past, and then looking at the future as well. And then coming out of that, I ended up dressing up as one of the women I resonated with, in this full-on cool old school outfit, shirt, collar, neck. I actually asked to dress in costume because I thought, I'm Sophie, I dress in costumes, and it's about identifying who we are and owning it. And I'm quirky and I like to do things, and sometimes we need to remind ourselves, because the world tells us so many different messages about ourselves. When we're in vulnerable situations, whether it be in hospital or whatever, we start to take that on board. And so I started to just cut off from the world. I just started to disengage with Sophie's world. And so after that, I then, hello everyone. After that, I then ended up like getting dressed up, but it still didn't totally transform. Transformations don't happen overnight. But then throughout the week, I've had reminders from people. I've been doing Reiki attunement with my friends at Beyond Healing, and they were like, reminding me how much I love to move, and it's all about energy balances, because I've just completed my Reiki attunement. Granted, I've cut off from the world, but I've been working really hard on studying and writing my columns. But I've only been showing up in written form, whereas my most natural form is video and then writing. And they're my two modes of expressing my way of harnessing my voice to be able to speak out about topics I'm passionate about, but also to have a community. And again, I wasn't even that self-conscious or that vain before. And then I just suddenly started to like think, oh, well, maybe I should, if I'm going to show up, I should look perfect, I should look this. And then I've been that invigorated by the sisterhood around me, the community, men, women, people just kind of loving me back into reminding me who Sophie is. Sophie's like somebody really random who films these women's events, gets really passionate about stories and history, and then the next day she's Zumba and belly dancing, and like doing my serious journalism. It's like literally light and shade, theatre reviewing, but then bawling my eyes out at the theatre, but just doing it my own way. And it's whatever your way is to express yourself. We have to try and take control and take ownership and surround each other with our community of people who, yeah, we might get judged, yeah, we might get shunned, but this is us and we've got to really own it. So I'm back ready. I was ready for this perfect video to post you all, but I will be doing that with my little evolution video. But I just wanted to share where I'm kind of at, because I've had this real wake-up call, and it's about now me gaining back that control, because I think a lot of people, I'm being honest about it, because a lot of people feel like for whatever reason recently they've lost a lot of kind of control in their lives, and we're kind of living off other cycles, whether it be news, other people's agendas, judgment. And actually there are still elements we can always take control to feel well. Thank you so much for your patience and for keeping with me. I really do appreciate it. And let's just say, gently, Sophie's back. I'm not going to do social media in the same way that I've ever done it, just because I think too much. I can't talk about well-being or being on a well-being journey, studying my yoga, nearly finished my yoga, just finished my Reiki attunement, and my holistic healing side, and honestly say that too much social is healthy. It's about doing it so that we're connected, not to the point where we overconnect and feel disconnected. So it's getting that annoying balance. Exactly. It's all about putting your mental, physical health first, your emotional, your spiritual, and that's the way I see well-being as well. So I'd love to know how you're all getting on. Comment below, and it's so lovely to be able to chat to you live, unedited, raw, makeup free, and I think being me, slightly allergic to, unfortunately, to the most delicious takeaway that I ever had, but never mind. That's so lovely, and there'll be lots more positive quotes coming. Sometimes it's hard, even when we go through difficult periods, you start to berate yourself, why did I ever say that? But actually they just were subtle reminders in my head, that this is who I am. And sometimes we forget that when people try and take our power away. And it's fine to make mistakes, it's fine not to be perfect, and I have to treat everyone, well, I have to treat myself like I would treat everyone else. Life is so raw and unedited, and that is life. So anyway, send you so much peace. Come on now, love and shimmies and post Zumba. I'm going to get off to bed to study because I'm trying to get back into my good routine. So I'd love to know where you're at. Do comment below, or you can also, women, I've got the wellbeing group, Squats and Sparkle, it's currently called, but that's all transforming. But all welcome here, and no matter however you identify, as long as you feel able to have a voice and are kind to one another, including me, please. Doesn't mean that I'm totally okay with it's so nice to thank you so much. It's so nice to have these positive comments. Honestly, it means the world. Words, consistency with people. We never know what battle people are really going through, and we always judge by what we see, what the physical manifestation is of anything, and actually often that is far from the truth. How often do we see a perfect, pretty family photo, and then there's actually all sorts of destruction going on behind in the background, or a perfect scenery setting, and how long did it take to set that up? But life isn't like that, and you know me, raw and real. So it's so nice to be back. I'll hopefully be louder once my swelling from this allergy has gone down a bit. But yeah, let's do this, guys. Let's get ourselves back, get our sparkle back together. Send you so much peace. See you later.